Bonjour, bienvenue à Croqueta Chat. Oh.
Hey, Jennifer Michelle.
Is that French, Mike?
It is French, yeah.
Yes.
But you know French?
I took 2 years of French in high school.
Oh my God. I took 4 years of Spanish just to get by.
So
just to pass.
Unfortunately, I decided to take the easy route since I already knew Spanish. I wish I would have taken French.
Yeah, I just wanted to pass.
Let's be real though. I took 2 years of French. I didn't learn much in there. So when I went to France, I could not talk to someone.
Language, man.
Yeah.
It's nothing similar to. I feel like in Italy, a lot of Italians speak Spanish.
Yeah,
but
Yeah.
it's
and it
very
feels similar,
like,
right?
Yeah, we will watch Italian TV, and it's like, oh snap! I think that's what he just said. We watch a game show, and there's like 8 people, right? Like random people, and there was one mom, and you had to guess whose mom that was.
La mamá di.
La mamá di, and it was just whatever. But Italian's very similar. But French, it's I don't know why we did that detour, but we'll get there.
Okay, exactly. We'll get to that part. But I'd like to introduce Michelle. I'd like to introduce the man, the myth, the legend from the salsa family who cried in the show, who's part of the brochachos, the cocky interviewer, according to social media.
That is hilarious.
Luis
My wonderfully annoying husband.
Yo, how funny is it that I've been like trying to explain to everybody I'm not a dancer, and now I tell on the show I say I come from a family of salsa dancers. Now I'm just fighting against myself, Mike.
So what's your explanation?
I don't know. I give up. I'm a dancer, guys. Like that's it. I'm a professional, born and raised, dancing since I was young. I'm done.
Okay. Give me some moves right now. Give me some moves. You got any space there? Can you look? Let's go. There you go.
Let's go.
Salsa dancer. Introducing Luis, part of the brochachos.
Annoying, but nice. His knees are broken.
Dude.
Good job, Luis. I'm very proud of you.
Very entertaining episode, Mike. But first, I just want to say this. I just want to thank all of our viewers out there,
Yes.
watching us do our recaps, being dumb, and just having a good time on here. It's been a great response, Mike. I feel like we have a lot of great people out there watching us, supporting us. Shout out to all of our fans that have us as their top team. And we love you guys. But there's some people that watch this. We're not on their top 2 or 3 teams, but they still watch and support because they still like us. And to all those people out there as well, we want to say thank you so much for all your support. A lot of nice people out there. A lot.
Yeah, and I want to say thank you. And what we were saying was we really like to do this because we can talk about what didn't happen. And it's interesting because there's so many elements that aren't shown.
Yeah.
And yeah. So
I always want to tell people that we're not interviewing, right? And even me, right? Like I come from this, from an audience perspective. So for me, it's really, I just want to learn more about the show. I want to learn more about what you guys do and behind the scenes and more of what was one of the initial, I wanted to call it Inside the Mind or something like that. And I was like, that's way too serious.
Serious, bro.
I know, so serious. But that's basically, that was my take on it. I want to get inside the brochacho's mind. You know what I mean?
He's never said that word in his life, by the way.
Inside, yeah. I've never said that. Brochacho has never come across my mouth.
So many new things that he's come up with on the race.
And I don't remember saying half of these things. Great times.
Well, all right, let's get into the show. I want to talk about the Expedia app.
Time to book a hotel.
Let's do it.
Let's open this Expedia app. Yeah, let's see what hotels we can find.
Oh,
Because right at the beginning, We start talking about Expedia.
I don't think so. Wait, they're giving us a free trip.
Expedia
yes.
Yeah. You got paid
by giving us a free trip to Barcelona.
And that's right. You're going to Barcelona.
Yeah.
You guys did a commercial product placement for Expedia. Yeah. Did you really go to did you really book a room? Did you really go to that room?
Fuck no.
Louis,
lies.
I don't know if we're supposed to say this.
Whatever. Bullshit.
But you did check out the app and you did see how it works and you did
Great
go
app.
through the
Love Expedia. Holla Expedia.
We checked out the app.
No more gnome.
How easy it was.
The gnome got punted.
I think they're owned by the same company. I think Expedia now owns Travelocity or something like that. I think that's what happened. Yeah.
Hey, they drop kicked the gnome, bro. It's gone.
Yeah, I think it's gone.
Yeah.
We're not sure, but we think.
But no, we stayed in another hotel.
You guys did production. What the whole production thing from always, as always.
Yeah.
But Expedia, we love Expedia. Expedia's great.
I kind of missed the gnome. They had the gnome last season. I was excited to have that gnome for a leg, but
and then leave it somewhere and have a heart attack.
No, I would have never.
It would have never. Yeah,
I would have never. But
did you bring like a special harness to like bring it with you, kind of like The Hangover, where you can?
Yeah, we would. The baby little.
Oh, that would have been good.
That would have been great.
That would have been funny if we would have brought that. Actually,
shout out to Jerome the gnome.
Jerome.
There you go.
His name is Jerome.
Geronimo.
All right, let's get into the race, episode 8.
Let's do it.
All right, you guys are group 2. Michael and Marcus were first with M&M, and then you guys are group 2, leaving at 8:15.
Yeah.
Talk to me about leaving group 2.
Yeah, Derek and Claire decided to team up with them. They were down for it because we said in our pre-race interview that I really want to work with them, get the ball rolling, catch up to these teams, have a chance for first and second. And yeah, as soon as we ripped that clue, hey, you guys want to find us together? Yeah, we got all the maps.
Did you see how big the maps were, Mike?
Yeah, look, I've got
No, and we had like 3 of them. So we have like 3 maps. We got to use our old map to figure out how to get out of this actual place.
Each one of you guys have a map here. Look, check this out. There's one on the floor.
Yes.
Derek has one. Claire has another one. Lewis has one in the back. You barely see it, but he's holding a map.
Yeah, there was one where we used, like, we kept from the episode before, and we were trying to figure out how to get out of this dome place.
Yeah.
Another one was leading us basically like to the highway and getting out of this area. And then another one I think was closer.
I think it was a zoom into Toulouse. I don't think it was 3 maps. Well, yeah, we used 3 maps because we had a map from the race.
Yeah, so they gave you 2 new maps.
Okay, yeah, you're right. Okay. Yeah, and basically, man, we had the map before we started driving. We had the maps wide open in the middle of the driveway. In this small town of Dome, it's 7-something in the morning there, or 8 o'clock. I forgot. I don't think they had a time there.
8:15. They said 8:15.
There's nobody walking around. No. It's a small town. You can't ask for directions. You are once again relying 100% on your map navigation skills to get there.
Yeah, but then again, just a reminder: this means we can't see if there's traffic down the road we're picking. Any certain lights, nothing of that.
Yeah.
So that plays a huge part of why people mess up.
But there's no, getting out of this area of France, there's not a lot of lights or traffic. No, but getting into Toulouse.
Yeah, there was.
That's a city, man. That's a city.
A city.
Yeah. And
so basically we said that we were going to work together. We figure it out where the map is. We're following each other, and there's not a lot of cars either. There's nobody out in the streets. So Lewis and Derek start throwing signs at each other like, yeah, I'm behind you. Yeah. Then all
while you're driving?
Huh?
Yeah, while you're driving. And there was a point where they were about to go straight, like there was 2 different ways to get to that highway to 820. And they were about to go one direction, but on the map, we thought another way was faster. So we stopped them, we kind of like honked our horn and they followed us for a bit. And then we actually missed the turn and they waited for us. Look at that.
Wow, look at that.
Would you have thought that from a Big Brother cast?
Look, Lewis, You're just reinforcing that you're getting very lost in this race, okay?
Well, yes,
we would have figured it out, but they stopped us from getting further into it. But yeah, Mike, I went the wrong way.
Your favorite five words.
They must really like us if they waited for us, huh?
Okay, that's pretty cool. That's fun.
Yeah. So, and what else can we say?
How long was the drive? Like an hour-ish or something like that?
An hour and a half.
Okay, wow.
Yeah, it was like an hour and a half. And then to get onto 820 was like a weird way to get on. So like we kind of missed it. It was whatever. We made a simple little mistake, but that wasn't the problem. You get on 820. It's very simple. The hard part was once you get to Toulouse and there looked on the map, mind you, we haven't stopped to ask for directions. So we don't know the exact route. It looked like there was like 2 ways of going. And like we didn't know what was the stadium easier or direct route. And then at this point, there's so much traffic. We actually lost Derek and Claire for a little bit in the traffic.
I remember going through a toll booth and there was trucks everywhere, like 18-wheelers everywhere. Yeah. And we were like a little car and all these 18-wheelers. And we lost Derek and Claire there for a second.
I think someone online said that they kept putting the same truck over and over to make it seem like
there was a lot of trucks there.
There was a lot of trucks.
There was a lot of trucks there.
It was probably different ones. Like it probably wasn't the same one.
The brochachos got separated.
He's my brochacho. He's my dude, man. I love Derek, and he's hilarious.
Yes, it was a sad moment. I was very scared.
They were only brocha. I don't know where the chose went.
They were just chachos.
What are you saying?
I don't know. Separated, brocha.
I don't know where I got that from still. I think a wrestler said that. He's like the mayor of Slamtown. I tried to look it up. I couldn't find it.
Well, now everybody's going to look and they're going to find it here on this podcast.
Yes.
So we got separated and then all of a sudden we were in front. And Lewis was like, "You need to make a decision." And I was like,
"There's another exit."
It looks like there's 2 ways. He's like,
"Is that the same exit they were showing in the show?"
No, different one after that.
Different one. Okay.
And Lewis was like, "I trust you. You need to just make the decision. I trust you." Yep. And I was like, "Oh God!" And then all of a sudden, Derek and Claire saw us, and they followed us off the exit. I think Claire actually told me that she didn't know which way to go either, but I got it right.
Nice.
And remember, Mike, like people don't understand, like you have a map here, but the lines are so small at a certain point and they cross and there's overpasses on these maps. It's hard. It's hard, dude. It's hard, man.
It's hard.
Yeah.
And she made the right choice.
So we got off and then it says you have to go to the stadium, also known as
Stade de Toulouse.
Stadio de Toulouse, something like that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a sign that says there's a roundabout, right? Mm-hmm. And what Lewis and I love to do in roundabouts is keep going around.
Yeah.
Even during the race?
We always, wherever there's
roundabouts is like, hey, babe, you're not sure? I just keep on going
around and around and around.
A lot of roundabouts in Europe.
Yeah.
You don't see that. I mean, not in Florida, at least.
No, but you don't see it a lot in Florida.
Yeah, roundabouts everywhere in Europe.
Yeah, so basically we see the parking for one of them, right? And I go, ooh, I'm not sure. Let me look at the map for a second. So Lewis starts to do a roundabout and Derek goes towards the one that I thought, I think that was it. I think we missed it. And he left that way. And then we kind of followed and went down the path, right?
Yep.
And we had to go to parking lot B. And we found parking lot B. Once we get there, we were so excited.
Dude, we're so happy. We're so happy to be in parking lot B. Like, we got here right away.
Lewis is mad that they didn't show this.
We get out, Mike. We're in parking lot B.
It
wasn't on the show. This is behind the scenes.
Yeah.
I did a big chest bump with Derek. I'm like, yeah, we're celebrating. Whoa! We got here. We start running to the fields, and we see nobody. Like, where is everybody?
That's fine.
We see like little yellow, like red flags.
Red and yellow flags.
And I was like, why is there nobody here?
I was like, it's that way, red and yellow.
We're in the wrong spot.
Oh my God. I can't believe
there was
you guys.
There. It got to the point where people, like, there was like a little like working, like an old gym that was there. Like, it was run down.
We kept opening every single door.
But they looked at us like, what are they doing?
Yeah.
And basically, bro, we realized, oh shit, we're in the wrong spot. So we see the stadium from here. It's not near, like, super close, but we see the stadium. So we're like, we're here, but no, it was a parking lot B, even closer to the stadium.
Yeah, but it's so funny because we see the sign for it, we see the letter for it, and Derek and Claire see the same thing.
Bro.
So this just goes. This is a confirmation of how easy it is to get something wrong, even though it's there.
It's a parking lot B by the stadium, and it was the wrong parking lot B.
Mm-hmm.
So what was next? It was a different state or like a different field or different.
It was a field. It was like, maybe it was like a practice field.
Yeah.
Of I don't know, another part, but whatever. We're in the wrong spot. We laughed it off. Got back in the car. Found the other parking lot B. We see Molly and Emily. They're done. They're done with their task.
Basically, it was the same roundabout that I was talking to you about.
Yeah, it was just a different the next exit
after.
Yeah, and we made it. So before we continue, Mike, we gotta talk about like they're giving us some pretty good edits, and they talked about your dad.
Last night, Michelle had a dream with her dad. Her dad passed away 10 years ago. She had a dream that we went home in the middle of the race, and her dad was home and told her how proud he was of her.
Yeah, every time we start the race, I have this huge hole in my stomach that I can't take away. And now I'm feeling so much better, like just bringing us back into that having a good time moment.
Yeah, let's talk about it. That's what I wanted to get into.
Yeah, a beautiful moment. A beautiful moment. It was the day before, right? We got fourth.
Oh my God, you're talking about this and I'm making the same face that I'm making as we were talking about it in the car. It was really weird.
With the watery eyes.
Yeah.
So Mike, so we get fourth last leg.
Yeah.
And we described that we weren't having as much fun. It wasn't really good description. We were having fun, but
is the stress getting to you? Is it
about just trying to get first and not being right? Our goal is to get first, but something was off that day. Right. And even then after that leg, we argued. We talked about this last episode that we argued because I told her she has to watch, look at the landmarks of the ways we come in because I can't do it. She's like, yo, she can't do everything, which she's right. Mm-hmm. So it was an argument after the race. Our energy wasn't good. And
I think we were also frustrated because I did the roadblock good and we had a good lead and we let it go. And it's just that pressure of, I guess, trying to get first again.
And it's frustrating to see a team after they tell us that they were so far behind that they passed us just with navigation. Yep. And it's really at that point, it's seeming like Michael and Marcus are going to win this whole thing. Like, because of how good they are in a season where there's mostly navigation, self-drive, which doesn't happen. Yeah. And in a season where there's no U-turns, because believe me, if there was a U-turn, I'll be U-turning their ass.
You guys would have been U-turning.
They know how much I love them, but they're the strongest team here.
100%.
Right? And there's no U-turns this season. So it's like a little it's sad, And that night, Michelle had a dream. She woke up crying, and she said that she had a dream that for some reason, mid-race, she went home and opened the door. She saw your dad. She saw her father, and your dad said, "Hey, I just want to say how proud I am of you." And when she was crying, like when I'm crying again. And that was a real thing. And she doesn't often have dreams about your dad.
I don't.
It's not
I haven't.
It's not often,
Yeah. And I feel bad that I haven't, and it came at the right time.
Yeah, yeah. And then something just clicked for us. Like, look, yes, our goal is to get first, but let's not forget to live this moment of being on the amazing race as well. And that's what happened. And also, I didn't talk about this before. The last episode, they showed our parents. I was so happy, Mike, to see our parents on TV. But I was a little sad they didn't tell the whole story.
What was the whole story then?
The whole story is that our parents are immigrants. Our parents came here into this country, with nothing, man. I know how hard your dad worked, and how hard my dad and my mom worked. That's why I mentioned the shoe factory. They made nothing, dude, because the opportunities were not in the countries they were at. And that's the story. Like, it's a beautiful thing, and we want to pay back. This is why we want to win $1 million. Do something special for them. And we want to represent not only Latinos, but people coming to this country, looking for something better, people migrating to this country. We want to do it for them as well. And that was the story when they mentioned our parents felt a little bit empty, and I was a little bit sad about that. You know, there's a lot of layers to that story.
Yeah, I think people misunderstood and they thought that Lewis's parents worked shoe factory.
Yeah, they just worked in the shoe factory.
Even like right now, and that we were like giving their money to them. They're like, oh, that's cute. They're getting money for Lewis's parents. And I was like, no,
that was many years ago. I wasn't even born then. Like when they worked all that, and we lived great lives.
Yeah,
we were not rich, right?
Because of their sacrifice.
Exactly.
We are where we are.
And it's like I understand it from your point of view too, right? Because obviously Michelle's my sister, and we're first generation, right? This is the life of the first generation immigrant, right? You know, so I understand. Like, I didn't realize when you just told me right now, it kind of like a light bulb went off, because I didn't realize also that they didn't tell the story, because that's my story too, right? Yeah. And so I think it's definitely very important for people to kind of realize what it feels like to be a first generation American, right? Because we came from immigrants who came from other countries, right? My dad from Peru, my mom from Colombia, and you guys, I think your dad is from Puerto Rico?
And my dad's from Puerto Rico. So he was technically a first generation American. Yeah. And my mom was Colombian. Yeah. But me and my sister's first generation to get college degrees. You know,
exactly. And I really applaud you for wanting to put that out there, right? To put out that message of, our parents basically sacrificed for us so that we can have a good life, so that we can have the opportunities, right? Yeah. I know that a lot of people think, America, land of the free, but really in these countries, in Peru and in Colombia at the time when they left, right? Because this was like for my dad, it was like the late 60s, early 70s, but for my mom, it was the late 80s. There was no opportunity, right? There was no opportunity. This was literally their best option for their children. So definitely want to give you some props for putting that message out there.
Thanks. All right. And now to rugby.
All right, no more sappiness. No more sappiness. Let's talk about short shorts.
So actually, when we got there, open up the clue box, and I always count the amount of clues. Yes. And I saw that Emily and Molly were leaving. I looked at Lewis. Mind you, I'm shocked. I'm like, Michael and Marcus have not been here. And he's like, there's no way. And I'm like, they're not here, right? And then we got our clues. And as we're running in, they're running out of the stadium. They
forgot to grab the clue.
Oh my goodness.
They didn't see the clue box.
This was a tough leg for Michael and Marcus.
Yes, it was a tough leg. Yeah. And so I'm like, wow, that's crazy. Like, and then I got another pee story. Hey, they come to Croqueta Chat to get all the details, baby.
We had to pee so bad.
Oh my God. I had to pee so bad. And I peed right before I left. I had to pee so bad before I left. For some reason, again, holding it. Like in the car, I'm just like talking about, Michelle's dad like this. I'm like, oh my God.
We probably drank coffee or something.
I don't know what it was.
I had to pee really bad too, but I was glad that he had the roadblock, because I was like, thank God I have to pee so bad.
Mike, I go into the changing room, the locker room, right? Yeah. And I don't see a bathroom in there. I'm like, where's the bathroom? It's like a trailer. No bathroom, right? And then I see a shower and I see a drain. I'm like, oh, no. And then Marcus comes in. Marcus is like, Lewis, where's the bathroom? I'm like, no bathroom. Marcus, there's another drain hole right next to me. And we're both peeing in the bathroom in the shower of the trailer, dude. Marcus finished peeing, gets dressed, leaves, and I'm still peeing.
And then I was out waiting for him. I'm like, why is Lewis not out yet?
Because I was peeing. And then, so that was my pee story. I had to pee for so long. Yeah. And then I'm wearing black shorts already. But then I look at the little black shorts. I'm like, hell no, I'm wearing these, bro. I'm wearing these little tiny rugby shorts and stuff. Yeah, shorts, baby. Yeah, great times.
Oh, that's great. That's great.
So basically, when we opened up the Clue 2, we were at a stadium. I had no idea what we had to do. I've seen Amazing Race before.
I thought it was a soccer challenge.
Whenever it's like sports, I mean, a stadium, it involves sports, you know, or doing something like athletic.
Yep.
I couldn't take that away from him. I could have probably done it. We were trying to even out the roadblocks, but I knew he was going to have so much fun. I was like, I'll make it up later.
So at this point in time, Lewis does this. What is your count?
Number 5.
5 and 3?
5 and 3, and a max of 6 each.
Yeah.
So, but Mike, you know what? It's been working out well for us. You know, if there's one more physical challenge, I still got one more.
Yeah.
And we've been nailing it so far. We were 4-3. Being 5-3 is still good to me. I still
no, you guys are still fine for now, right? We're gonna see if anything pops up later, I guess, right?
I think a lot of teams overthink like the roadblock count.
Yeah.
Unless I think David and Aubrey did too much. They were 5-2.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I think that's a little too much because now you have Aubrey doing a sports challenge, which, you know, I'm not sure if David's great at sports, but I'm just saying like if that was a situation with me and Michelle, then she would have been forced to do this rugby challenge.
Right, exactly.
I think she would have gotten the first kick because I did pretty good.
Did you really do it in one try? Did you do it in one try? It was your first try and that's it?
Yes.
Actually, he did it 2 times in a row.
Thank you.
Because
I was 2 for 2.
2 for 2 because he had to.
Did it in the practice?
So So Mike, the girl's like, all right, tackle, boom, spin, pick up the ball, stiff arm, and then she goes pass it back and pass it to me, and then she goes drop kick, and she showed me, and I'm like, okay, pow, field goal, it's good. She's like, you want to practice again? I'm like, no, I'm ready to go.
Yeah.
So I get to it, right? Boom. So I tackle the dummy, spin on the ground, grab the ball, stiff arm, and I pass it back to her, but I had no idea there was a team they were going to pass it back to. So I start running the wrong way, Mike.
Yeah, I saw that.
I start running with them, and they all start yelling at me, go back, go back! They didn't see that. I'm like, oh, sorry. And then when I grab the ball, I'm back in front of the field goal post.
That's so funny.
And then I kick it. It's good. So, Mike, before my slide, I'm like, it's good. I grab all the girls and I start jumping up with them. Ole, 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 ole. And they're like, that's not even rugby, bro. That's soccer. That's football. So I'm like, I don't know why I'm doing this, but it just felt right. And then after I'm done cheering, I did my epic fail of a soccer slide. Once again, why am I doing a soccer celebration? This is rugby. But I'm thinking Europe, maybe they do the same chants, the same cheers. But I bust my ass, so I learned that you're not supposed to slide on a turf field.
Nope.
So, I
appreciate the excitement. This is...
I'm like, oh my God, your knees. I don't remember saying that.
Yeah.
Well, you know what I did learn in another podcast? That rugby players can drink. So I think either of us could be recruited for a rugby team.
Oh, I'll be an all-star. So Mike, this is probably the most fun I've had at Roblox.
Yeah.
By far.
I'm not going to lie. I was disappointed that his explanation didn't come out. I guess since Molly got there first, she was the one explaining it. But in the interview, he was like, I kicked the thing, and I blocked, and I hit it, and I jumped, and I'm just watching like
I kicked and blocked?
I don't know.
What is this, bro? Martial arts class? Yeah. And Mike, did you notice how happy everybody was getting on that field?
Oh, that was great.
Everybody looked so happy. Like, everybody was just excited to do this task.
Molly did the little
kick. Aubrey's doing, I don't know, whatever.
Yeah.
You know, everybody's just so Quentin doing a flip.
It's something
he did that cartwheel without his arms.
Yes,
an
aerial.
Yeah, an aerial. That's right.
I mean, Marcus is just pissed. He was having a tough time with the kick. But everybody, something about sports field, everybody was just so excited to be there.
Something about this one too. It felt with all the people there and celebrating and cheering. I don't know. It felt good.
It was so much fun, man.
And another thing I don't remember saying when Michael and Marcus come in, I go to Michael, we caught up.
We caught up.
There are so many things you don't remember. Like when you were in the castle and you're like, I know nothing.
I know nothing.
Take your time.
I know nothing.
But yeah, Michael's probably like, oh, like, damn it. I was just so excited. It was the first time that we beat them somewhere.
Yeah, you navigated, you out navigated the navigators.
No, it's not. It wasn't the first time, but
Was
they're
it?
very good. Like when
You know
they're
what I
good,
mean?
they're
Yeah.
good. And talking about Michael and Marcus, so we leave and we were, and the show's like, they missed the turn, they got stuck in traffic, and you know, I didn't like my tone here, Mike. I didn't like how I sounded where I'm like, oh, so they're not perfect, huh? Like,
We saw Michael and Marcus.
They said they take the wrong exit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they did the wrong exit. So they're not perfect.
this is the first time where I like kind of like cringe. I'm like, ugh. Like I'm not. Last episode, I had a dig at Michael and Marcus,
funny, though.
but it was funny, right? Like it was the they left after the walnut challenge, and I'm like, hope you guys get lost. I
Yeah,
know
that's
that's
right.
not gonna happen, you know.
Right,
but it was
right.
like a joke, you know. But this time it sounded like very like I don't know, personal or something.
Yeah, that's why
I
people
didn't
think
like
you're
my
annoying.
tone.
Probably this episode, right?
Yeah. I didn't like my tone there, but I guess it's kind of like
You have the nose sweats.
no sweats from all your lights. So it's maybe it was nice. Maybe we had like a little enthusiasm after seeing that these boys could make mistakes.
Yeah.
Because they've been such a strong team, and maybe my enthusiasm was a little too much there, where
Sure.
my tone wasn't
Yeah,
right.
you're getting super excited, and you're like, ugh.
Yeah. But those boys know I love them.
Yeah, for sure, 100%. I got a question for you. So you know you're in second and third, right? With this is great, right? Second and third place, right?
Yeah.
But you start working with you're still teaming up with Derek and Claire.
Yeah.
Is this conscious? Is this just like, I guess we should just work together and kind of
We were in the parking
like-
lot at the same time. There was one person there to ask for directions, and we just, once again, dude, let's get to the next spot together. Done.
Yeah, because so at this point too, when you ask for directions from a person, like we've asked for directions from them, Derek and Claire were going to ask the same person. They weren't going to have to sign the waiver. I feel like by the time they're going to get the same thing, might as well just get there fast. And then you hear Lewis, which he says this every time whenever we've worked with someone. Like once we get there, that's it. I'm not waiting for you. I'm out. Like we're gone. Like there's no more teamwork there.
Yeah.
Unless it was in earlier times where we were in the middle of the pack, we know we're not getting first type of thing. But
this was, I mean, you guys, I guess you guys didn't know, but you guys navigate to the next part of the race, and you guys end up being first, second, right? It's probably one of those moments where you're like, oh, we probably shouldn't have worked together, but we kind of did, and.
No, I mean, I kind of. One thing before this, Claire fell again.
Oh, she did.
I will never forget that. We're running.
And on her knee too.
I finished
again, right?
and I changed back, and then she fell again. But yeah, I know what you're saying. But it's a good way to work together to stay at the top. But once again, we weren't at first. Yeah, I don't regret it, Mike. For some reason, I don't regret it. This is still
I told him that I regret it a little bit, and he was telling me no, I don't. And I don't know. I guess it was tugging at me a little bit. Yeah. So I was like, the ifs and buts, but there's so many ifs and buts. And like, what if we did work with them, and then we ended up getting lost? You know.
But to be honest, I think they saved us from making a wrong turn this time.
Earlier.
No, getting to Jacobins. Like we almost missed the right turn.
No, I did it right.
Okay.
Remember they passed us because she was like, oh, she knows where it was.
Yeah.
But it wasn't because I made the wrong turn. We were still going down that
Well, you
lane.
didn't know where we were.
Yeah, because it wasn't appearing in the map, but it would have appeared eventually.
In the map?
Yeah.
It's always on the map.
Yeah, no.
What do you mean?
So basically...
It wasn't loading?
Shut up. No, that's the street sign that we were at wasn't in the map.
We followed... What happened was we followed them to the cathedral towards the end.
Yeah.
They followed us.
At the end.
The very end, the last minute. They followed us the whole way there, and it was hard. Because, okay, so on the map, where we were in the stadium, to go to the next spot, it wasn't on the map. It was on Google Maps. but we couldn't see it
But
on
it
the
wasn't
map.
like in the actual, like it was outside of the map, or what was the?
It just, the map ended at that point. It wasn't on the actual map.
Got it.
So, and it was on the map, the further one, but it wasn't close enough for us to see streets. So on the close up, it was off of the map. So we actually made a turn and we ended up by the river. It was. And so I was a little confused because we were off the map for a bit, and I'm like, we found it, we knew where to go. It was a little confusing. There was little mini streets everywhere, and then the last like minute, we stopped a little bit so I could find the street, and Claire was like, I found it, and they passed us. They're like, just follow us, basically.
Got it.
So it was a back and forth thing, and that happened to us earlier as well. What we said about like they missed the turn, we missed the turn, like, so we did help each other out.
So we get to the parking spot, the marked parking. I didn't notice it was a marked parking. I just see Derek and Claire put the car in park, run out, grab their book bags, and they're gone. I'm like, holy shit, it's the marked parking. So, I told them I wasn't waiting for their ass.
Yeah. They weren't waiting for you guys.
They don't wait for our ass either. Yeah. They found the spot and they were gone.
Yeah,
they were gone. Matt, they didn't know that Molly and Emily got lost, though, either, in the parking garage.
We didn't. We thought they were fun. We thought they were at the challenge. And so the place that we were at, they didn't show, but it was a church, right?
It was a church.
So we're running. There's people like, were they like praying?
No, it was a lot of tourist groups like what looking at the church, and we're running inside a church, Mike.
Every corner, everything.
That door to get to the courtyard was locked.
Yeah,
really?
Not locked. It was closed.
It was closed.
It was closed, not locked.
Okay, so I thought Derek tried to open it. I thought Derek said it was locked.
No.
Whatever. But we're running around this church. We go back outside to almost where the cars are. We act as security guard, and we just asked him, "Is this?" I forgot what it's called, but is this the courtyard?
The Jacobe, right?
Yeah. So we run back inside. We go through that door, and that's when we see the guy from Star Wars playing the horn.
Pablo, what's his name? Pablo.
The dude from Narcos. I don't know his name.
Wait. I told Michelle the exact same thing when we were watching it. Michelle's my wife, by the way.
When I saw him, I thought it was the dude from Narcos.
I thought we were gonna go into a music challenge. I don't know. Why.
Pedro Pascal.
Pedro Pascal. That's the guy.
I thought the same exact thing, and I'm like, oh, Pedro Pascal's playing the French horn.
Same thing.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
All right. So, did you realize once he gave you the clue that you were first and second? No, not yet, right? Because you don't know you're first or second.
Yeah, we did because we didn't see any of their cars.
Oh, okay. That's right. Yeah. That's right. So now you're first and second, and you're like, Claire, Derek, sorry, not sorry. I love you, but.
Oh, no, they know.
Yeah, they know.
They know.
But they feel that way too.
They're badass. Yeah. They're
very competitive.
They're very competitive. They know. Boom, we're gone. That's it. No more working together.
Got it. So, say 6, lay bricks. Talk to me.
This is probably the first time where I look back in the whole race and say we picked the wrong detour.
We made the wrong detour.
This is the mistake.
So even at leg 7 where you picked the games and then you changed over.
I don't regret that because I think
either.
We're very good at medieval games. Generally, we're good at stuff like that.
Yeah,
and we're trying to pass.
We're trying to pass Michael Marcus, who already had a walnut lead. And yeah, we don't regret that. This is the first time where it's like, why do we do that?
Yeah.
So talk about it for a second. You see, say 6. You got to learn French. A French poem, 6 lines. You guys each can do 3. Versus laying bricks.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm pretty good at memory, so I've always wanted to learn French. I don't know why I decided.
French poetry.
Yeah. I was actually doing Duolingo for a few months and I was learning French. So I don't know. When Louis was like, do you want to do say 6? I was like, sure.
And I was thinking 3 and 3. Like I can learn 3 lines.
Yeah. And then so on previous Amazing Race challenges that we've seen before, and for us too, like in Austria, there was like a board with what it said, or like the Arab alphabet, like you could see it. You know what I'm saying? So
you're thinking maybe you can even read what it's saying, and
maybe it was so much
pronunciation,
like memorizing the pronunciation of the words.
Yeah, and performance because you're reciting a poem, so you're like you have to pronunciate right and then perform it. That's what we're thinking.
Yes.
And then bricks.
Sorry.
There's a lot of bricks laying challenges from the past that were very difficult in the Amazing Race.
And so we thought it was going to involve like, hit me like cement and everything.
Yeah, that kind of clicked in my head. I'm like all
is it going to be like masonry where you're putting it and then you got to do the thing and stack?
Yeah.
And all? Yeah, that makes sense.
If we would have gone straight to the bricks, we probably would have had a better chance for first because it was the two roadblocks were in different directions, right? So we wasted it's like an 8-minute run, right?
It was
like a good run, 8 minutes to this cathedral area of the C6.
Okay, so even from the Jacobins to the cathedral was far, but is it from Jacobi to the bricks? Is that even farther?
It's the opposite direction.
Because you're like here and it's going like that this way.
Yeah.
So
yeah, we get to the poetry area, right? I start learning the first line. And all right, yeah, whatever. Montagna, whatever it said. And I get to my second line, and I'm just like, I forgot the first one already.
Yeah, j'irai pour la forêt, j'irai pour la montagne, right?
Yeah, and then so what we did is we were trying to find the second person, and we ran into the judge. So they didn't show that there, but we ran into the judge, and she's just standing there, and we're like, why isn't this person telling us the lines? And then we realized that's where we have to do the final task. Like, I guess it's like a circle, but we went the wrong way.
Yeah.
And she's just waiting there. Mm-hmm. And then we realized there's no book, there's no sign of anything, there's no words. You just have to do it out of memory. And since we're already there, we know the other places, the other complete way. We're like, let's try it again. So we went back to try to see if we can learn it. And I kept looking at Luis and I was just like, do you think you could do it?
Yeah, just like, let's switch.
And you said it on the show too. If there's one thing you're going to do when you're at a roadblock, a detour, if you know,
be decisive.
You switch. Yeah, you got to be very decisive.
You have to switch early and be decisive.
And if both of us were agreeing with it, it's like there's no question about it. It's just let's go.
Yeah.
The faster that we leave, the faster we can get there.
I don't know what. A judging task, a memory task. Why do we pick this?
I don't know. Idiots.
Yeah, but we decided quickly to switch.
And it was a good run. So. By the time
it was a 13-minute walk. I looked it up recently.
Really? Oh, okay.
And so that's a walk. So we probably got there in less than 8 minutes or something like that.
Did you guys do cardio training? Were you wearing any specific kind of shoes, or were you kind of?
We went to a special running store they saw like the way we ran. They gave us specific shoes. Because at first I was going to get cloud shoes, and then the guy recommended, what are they? The
Hokas.
Yeah.
Hokas.
Yeah. And they like did it specifically to our foot, insoles, everything. And yeah, we practiced cardio. I'm just
Did you guys have any problems with your feet or any calves or hip problems?
I have problems breathing a lot. So I feel like it's also part of my dance training. You know, you do a number full out for 3 minutes. And then you have to take a break. So I think that's like the way my cardio works.
Yeah, your cardio spikes a lot.
I could go really hard and ask him. I would just need to walk for like a few seconds and then I could start going again. But I needed that break in between. And all the time he would be like, come on, Michelle. Like, I think over the bridge, you could see him holding my hand because I was so tired. So he was holding it like as support, like, let's go together. Like, which I loved, you know, it pushes me a little bit more.
Yeah.
But we get to the brick challenge and no one was there. So we were just like,
we thought, at least Michael and Marcus.
Michael and Marcus, maybe Emily and Molly. Actually, I thought Emily and Molly were going to go to the French.
I would have thought, yeah.
We were in shock. We're like, this is weird. This is crazy.
Yeah.
Because we had already ran to the French.
Well, imagine how much time we lost, Mike.
We lost there.
Yeah, what was it, 10, 12 minutes? 15 minutes?
Well, you run from where you got the clue, right? Where that guy Pascal was with the horn.
Yeah, Pedro Pascal, yeah. Mandalorian.
One way, Mandalorian.
That's like 10 minutes.
That's 10 minutes. And then we have to stop there and run another 8 to 10 minutes the other way.
Maybe so like 25 minutes?
20 minutes. I don't think 20.
It's because they had to run it too. So I mean, I guess it's
like 20 minutes.
Whatever time you spent learning the French and then the time running back the other way, 15, 20 minutes or so.
Yeah.
Oh, more than that. No, you're right, babe. Actually, you're right. Yeah. I was just thinking about running. This is probably like 25 minutes.
Like 15, 20 minutes, 20-ish minutes. Let's say 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Sure.
Was that enough? Like, do you know how far in front Claire and Derek were from finishing?
We saw them go to the third poem.
I don't know.
Looking back at it, so many teams did it, and it was not as hard judged.
Yeah.
But whatever, dude.
Yeah.
No, that's fine.
Yeah. So
and then this task was really good for us because we know the race so well. Yeah. So Lewis was paying attention to detail. Really good. He started the thing and noticed that they were different sizes.
Yeah, he said that on the show.
Yeah. The moment that I noticed that, I was like, start making the pattern. I'm separating all these bricks because if there's an extra, like maybe there's only one brick that's a different size completely, I was like, I just wanted to make sure. So I was making piles. Truth is, it was only short and long.
Yeah, 2-size bricks. What we messed up is when we grab all the bricks, we just grab them and put them together in the wheelbarrow, so we didn't separate them.
So in the actual, when they were on the crate, were they? They were.
I think Emily and Molly did that.
I'm pretty sure Emily and Molly realized that. That's probably because they finished
They finished very close to us.
They finished fast.
Yeah. You guys got a leg up though because you guys have a better leg. Emily and Molly, I feel really bad. It seems like her knee is in really bad shape.
It's and in this episode, it was. I remember seeing her in the airport and everything, and she was bad.
Yeah.
Like even going down the airport, I think they got her like a chair so she wouldn't put like weight on it.
Oh wow!
Like a wheelchair.
Yeah. All right, so you guys finish up the brick challenge. Heading to the pit stop. Did you guys know where the pit stop was? Do you guys know where to go? Did you guys have to talk to someone? What happened here?
We didn't know. We didn't know where it was, and Emily and Molly knew where it was. And they finished while we were asking for directions, they had finished right after us, and they knew exactly where it was.
Yes. So we asked for directions, and they had just finished. So they're running like right behind us. And at the time, I'm like, they're not going to stop and ask for directions. We found out afterwards that they knew where it was. But they saw it. They saw where it was in their car. When we got directions, we got a walking route, which gave us a shortcut. So we're like running over the bridge together, and Emily and Molly break off to the right, like towards a street. The directions told me to stay by the river, and there was like a little like stairs that went down where no cars could go through. And it was a shortcut that helped us get there faster than Emily and Molly.
Yeah, and here again, we don't know where Derek and Claire are, or that Derek took 4 years of French. We didn't know that. So we didn't know that I know that Claire's very good at memory, so I didn't think Claire would have a problem. But they have to both say lines. It's not like Claire can take over the task. Right. But I have a feeling Claire has photographic memory because she's really good with memory stuff.
Crazy.
And then we're thinking we're running for first right now.
Could be a possibility.
Yeah. So we're running. I have to take breaks sometimes in between. Lewis would be like, Michelle, I need you to push. I need you. Come on, I need you. Which I'm like, okay.
He said such a funny line. I wish I was gonna make it. She's like, come on, man, I need you to run. He said, I could have run, but I just can't breathe. And I'm just like, that's the point of running. You gotta control your that's like,
yeah.
Oh, that's great.
I'm like, I'm running, but I just can't control how I'm breathing.
So knowing you did this happen to you during the race, is this something that you think you're going to train for in case you get asked to go to any other reality show?
Yeah, I mean, the thing is that we did train cardio, but I don't know. It's
a lot of more running than.
Yeah, it's still a lot of.
It's more like long distance running, right? Like more marathon instead of sprinting or something like that.
I think I need to learn how to breathe better because that's my problem of just in general. I lose my breath and I like choke up, but that happens to me in dance too. I'm a mouth breather.
Yep.
All right, you guys get to the pit stop.
Yes, we're there. You don't see Derek and Claire anywhere. Yeah. I'm looking on the boat. I'm like, dude, where are they? I'm looking around to see where they're at.
But you're looking for them through like watery eyes, right? Because you know, your eyes were crying. I see all
That's why you
the
couldn't see
tears.
them.
I forgot how emotional I got.
I don't remember you.
I'm not an emotional guy.
I know. I wish he was emotional like that with me.
You're enough emotions for both of you guys.
I was having emotions
That's
because Michelle, we talked to Phil about the dream she had with her
about
dad.
my dad.
And then Emily's there. You know, she's hurting, man, bad.
Mm-hmm.
And she talked about what an example she wants to be for her daughter.
Oh my God! The moment she said that,
yeah,
I'm just like, oh, I'm crying again.
What you see on the edit, Mike, is not the conversation. It's way longer than this. We were on the mat for a long time.
Yeah.
We have that emotional moment, you know, I guess.
So you guys are pretty far ahead of Michael and Marcus then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, we were man, I want to say like we had a conversation with Phil, had started eating our post-race stuff, so maybe like anywhere between 25 to 30 minutes ahead.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And then did you I guess this is the time where you heard Em and she was talking about, you know, her knee and doing it for her daughter and all that kind of stuff. That must have.
Yeah, and that's when I forgot. I got a little teary eyed. So, Mike, did you know they have like a fantasy football, but for reality TV?
I didn't when you sent me that text.
I
was cracking up.
And you know, for everybody out there, I had no idea, but they have reality TV fantasy league where you get points if they get first, second, or third. Your team gets points, and obviously you pick your teams before the season or your players, and you get points for doing a roadblock. You get negative points for switching a detour. So we got -5 points for switching a detour. And we got 10 points for crying each. So
I'll cry all day long. I don't care.
So I posted that on my Instagram, you know.
Now you know for next reality show, you just gotta let the water flow. You know,
right? I need points. Give me a water bottle. Lime.
So we found out we were second. I was a little disappointed because we hadn't seen Derek and Claire.
Yeah.
So I was like, damn, I thought there was a chance we could have gotten first.
No, they were very ahead of us. They were eating at a little restaurant like 2 blocks away.
That's funny.
Can't see them.
And if we would have chosen bricks, there would have been a very good chance of a possibility of first. But you know what? It wasn't. It didn't feel that bad to me. I of course I want first, but we recently went to Bangkok, so we're like, they could have the Bangkok.
Oh, that's funny.
That's right. Yeah. And you know what's funny too, Mike? The conversations on the mat with Phil are very long, and one thing he spoke about was watching, you know, Molly do how good she did at the rugby. You know, it took her 5 or 6 tries. Sorry, I burped. 5 or 6 tries to get it done. And you know how Phil was like proud of the team and how Emily pushed it. And Phil looks at me, he goes, "I'm gonna get to you in a second." And he keeps on talking to Emily and Molly, and I'm like, "What is he gonna talk to me about?" And Phil looks at me, he's like, "Your energy on the rugby field." And I'm like, "Phil, you were there?" He's like, "Yes, I was there.
He was on the
He
side.
was there. I had no idea he was there." He's like, "Your energy, man, you were going crazy."
That's
I was just
awesome.
cracking up, man. It was hilarious. I had no idea.
That was funny because he was
Phil was
like,
there.
"I'm gonna get to you in a second."
Yeah, I'm gonna get to you in a second. But Emily,
So is he usually at these challenges, at these roadblocks and stuff?
I think so. Yes, I think not all
That's
of
great.
them. Because it depends where the pit stop is at.
Yeah.
Right.
If he's able to jump from one place to the other quickly, he likes watching the teams. That moment at the mat was really cool. Our girls, Emily and Molly, we haven't seen them in the race. We see them on the airplane going from point A to point B.
So me and Molly talked about it. I don't know if we ever told you, but we're like, people probably don't even know that like we get along with each other really well too, because we had a lot of good conversations with them on the plane.
Yeah.
But we're never around each other. So this was the first time, as you see them, they're like, "Hey, Miami, good job." They're like, they were actually so happy that they finally were in a challenge with us.
Right.
We're never.
That's the first
together.
time we see it. We were in the challenge, other than the Walnuts last leg, but everybody was there.
Yeah.
But like just us, and then on the mat together.
Yeah, because it's been a
And
while
then you
since.
hear her. You're
Even
like,
on
she's like, Florida in the house.
But even on a roadblock, it's been a while. Which one was the last one, maybe, that you guys were able to chat together? The sculpting?
Ducati?
No, as sculpting would be after Ducati.
Oh, since I was doing.
Yeah.
Because you guys got there, you know, she's a sculpting major, and then Lewis would probably talk to, because I think it was Molly there. Lewis would probably talk to Emily, right? That was the only other time, maybe. That was 3 legs ago.
We're always together, but with all the other groups, but not just us, you know. And that was cool.
Yeah.
What else, man? What else happened here? Nah, that's it. It was a good day, man. Overall, we were really happy.
All right, so then let's grade you guys. Let's do our grades, right? Last week we didn't do a grade because we were having so much fun with Lumumba and Glenn.
a lot.
Yeah. But let's go. We're gonna do difficulty. We're gonna do difficulty of the leg. We'll do navigation, challenges, and communication. So we'll start with difficulty of the leg. A being it's really, really, really hard. F being it's so easy.
You have a self-drive for an hour and a half. Self-drive always ups the ante, right? Self-drive, you get a roadblock that teams have trouble in. People online are saying, yeah, this is so easy. Half of the teams had trouble getting this in this first shot. I want to say, and then you have a detour would involve memorization of a French difficult language poem or laying bricks.
B?
I think it's a B plus in difficulty.
B plus. So it was a pretty difficult leg.
All right, B.
I'd say B.
All right, B.
We'll go for B then. B, and compared to the other ones too, this feels more challenging, but it's not like the hardest thing you've done.
It was just the navigation through the city.
All right, then let's get straight into navigation. Let's go straight into navigation. What would you grade yourself in navigation?
We nailed it. If it's with,
I wouldn't say plus. I would say A.
It's an A. It's an A. Like we did not. Oh,
we
the only time wrong parking lot. B. Yeah, parking lot B. So maybe we should grade ourselves a B. No, I still think, man, that took 5 minutes.
A.
You guys got an A.
I felt good, man. Like this was a good leg.
You guys got an A.
A. No A plus. A.
But a solid A.
Yeah.
Solid A. All right, the challenges. Talk to me about rugby. Talk to me about.
How do you think I did in rugby, bro?
You killed it.
Thank you.
A plus.
But the challenge is, but the detour is where we messed up.
E.
Yeah.
So we got to give ourselves like a C minus grade. So maybe a B minus average for
a B minus average between both of them. I like that. I approve of that one. Communication. Now we didn't really talk a lot about communication throughout the whole leg. What do you guys feel about your communication?
Very happy with our communication.
Yeah.
It started off with navigating and communicating back and forth. How do we get there? We did very well. Communicating at the roadblock. She said, you do it, sports, boom, let's do it. At the detour.
How about coming out of like last leg? Because last leg you were coming, you guys were kind of frustrated. You were telling Michelle, I need more help. And then she's like, I can't do extra.
Yes.
This time, were you more conscious, or were you guys talking about it? How was that?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. We worked out our kinks. We really talked about it, man. And I was more conscious and aware of like the places that we went in, because she can't do it all. And
I mean, one of the good things that we've been doing too is, and especially we did it in this time, was we placed out the map and figured out the way to get there. Because sometimes we'll get in the car and I'll find it and figure it out by myself. If we do it together, like we did with Derek and Claire, then it's a group decision of how we're getting there.
And then also communication wise was the detour. We were at this French poem. I looked at her. She looked at me. Switch. Let's go. Switch. Like
decisive, straight, clear to the point.
It was. This is what I want to do. Okay, let's do it, and that's it. Let's go. And overall, it was very good. Like A
plus. All right, looks like you did awesome this leg. You guys got second place. I'm very sad that Quentin and Maddie actually got last and they were kicked off of the show. I've been watching all of the recaps and they got pulled over, which they didn't show.
Yep.
And those barricades. That's insane.
Yep.
That shit you don't see here in America.
No, you don't see any of that stuff here. You don't see the roundabouts. You don't see the barricades.
I would be so confused. I think I would have tried to sit on the barricade and push it down.
Yeah, that would work.
Okay. That would have made it on the show.
Yeah, man, we lost an amazing team, and they were close to Aubrey and David. They saw them on the mat, coming off the mat while they approached.
Yep.
It's a difficult leg in navigation, man. One small turn, they missed one small turn and led them around the city, and they lost 45 minutes right there.
Yep.
And they got pulled over by a cop another 15 minutes. You know, it's guys, go watch all their other recaps. Go watch their exit interviews. Show some support in their comments. Show them some love.
Yes.
Show them some love. All right, guys.
They did great on the challenges in general. They were a great team, and they had such great spirits. I wish they had a better edit as well, you know, because people need to know Quinton and Maddie more. If
it wasn't so many self-drives as well, they would have been killing it.
Yeah, and so well, that goes to show how hard navigation is. Because now you see the masters of navigation got lost too. It's you take that one small road and you go down so fast, even if it's that one small decision. And they
were doing great on all of their challenges throughout the whole race. Their challenges were always great. It's just navigation.
Yeah. So I know people say that they love the airport drama, which I completely understand. But this navigation thing is hard. Like, it brings down people that shouldn't be brought down sometimes, you know?
Yep. All right. So I think that's the end of the episode. Anything else you guys want to talk about before we head it out?
Promos next week. We are going to Spain. It is a mega leg. And
at least you guys can speak Espanol.
We're going back to the homeland.
A preview.
My grandfather's from Spain. Very excited to go back. I've never been there. I've always heard great things about Spain. Obviously, my ancestors and even my dad's, grandfathers, I don't know how many, generations down, were from Spain as well. So
yeah, you know that our family as well, right? There's a city in Spain called Burgos, which is where our family's originally.
There's a Colón there too. No, maybe I'll look it up.
If there's a huge family tree like in the castle, both Colón and Burgos would be there.
Wait, so you're saying we're related?
Spaniard? Not in a weird way. No. So we were excited. Spanish, we could communicate no matter what.
Next week you see a puzzle.
Hopefully there's a Spanish poem. That's what I was thinking that we can learn.
Vamos por el bosque. Te busco en la montaña. And we're also on a paddleboard, is it?
Oh my
something
God.
like that.
So much anxiety.
Okay.
Today I saw a preview.
Stop.
Really? I saw a preview.
You're giving too much away.
I'm not.
She's anxious for Emily and Molly. Did you see the amount of tears down Molly's face?
You see it in the preview. I'm like this, and my face is red.
You're always doing that.
And yeah, she is. And Molly's face, just tears streaming down. It's going to be an intense episode, I think. I'm excited.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, you guys love the torture and the tears, huh?
Guys,
love it.
Thank you so much for viewing, watching, listening.
Yes, and today we were in his salsa family's house.
Yes.
It's different.
We're in Orlando.
All
and
right.
we love you all. Thank you all for watching and listening.
You.
We appreciate
Later, guys.
you all.
See you next week.
See ya.